Breaking the silence, taking the dive in. Nikki pulling strings like she playing the violin. Made in his likeness, radiant vibrance. Give them all glory, ain't no way to deny it. She gon' make you laugh, she gon' stimulate your mind. Making things shake, she ain't in no wasting time. They can come close, but can't imitate the grind. Got a different way to illustrate and innovate designs. BTS podcast, gotta watch that. Teaching us the game, that mean Nikki got class. If you watch it once, you gon' wanna stop back. This an opportunity that you cannot pass. Unleash your inner voice, cause better days coming. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days. Better days, get ready for better days. Better days, better days.
Hey everyone, welcome to another powerful episode of Breaking the Silence. I'm your host, Author Nikki Nicole, and today I got something special for y'all. My guest today is going to blow your mind with her story about her book. She's an author, has a story of resilience, Miss Tamika Ford. Let me tell you how I met her, right? So I'm on one of my friends' podcasts, as always, trying to go in and support. And I see her up there talking about her book, and I was like, wait a minute. Won't she come over here and break the silence on me? So here we are today, and I'm excited about hearing her story and how she started off as an author, because everybody has a different story. Y'all know that, right? So after her countdown, please welcome this amazing guest to the Breaking the Silence platform. Hey. So
Okay.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. But anyway, hey, how you doing?
Hey, girl, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for coming and breaking the silence with me today. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't wait for this interview. When you emailed me in the middle of the night, I said, of course it's still going on.
Yes, I wanted to make sure. I was like, hold on, let me, because I line up so many podcast interviews, and I'm like, let me make sure that we still on.
Yes,
So
yes. So tell
I need that
everybody,
confirmation.
in a short version, who is Tamika Ford?
Well, Tamika Ford is a registered nurse in the state of Indiana. Um, I am a mother, a wife, a friend, a confidant, a positive person with an amazing spirit. I am very humble, godly, and I just move by faith and not by sight. I'm also a hard worker. I work hard to get where I am today and to have everything that I have. I'm just a happy person.
So now I gotta know, because every author is different with how they became an author. So when did you fall in love with the pen and the paper?
I fell in love with the pen and paper when I was like young. That was my scapegoat to journal and stuff. So I journaled a lot. And, we get the pen and paper when we in elementary school. So with us being in elementary school, I learned it that way. And then I just started utilizing it whenever I was going through anything or I needed to write what was on my mind. I just got the pen and paper then. And then I just went at it. So whenever I didn't have nobody to talk to or I was feeling down and out and I would just journal. So I started with journaling at a very young age. I want to say at like 7 or 8 years old.
Wow, but you know what? Writing will open doors in your life that nobody can. And that's when you
Yes.
can really release really how you feel. So I'm with you
Right.
there. I might
Right.
can't tell you everything I feel, but I can write it down.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. That's a form of communication. So,
Yes, yes. So, what inspired you to write More to Life, a journey through mortal life, and share such a personal experience with the world?
well, I was inspired to write it. Well, God put it on my heart in like 2009, but I wasn't in the right mindset to write a book then. I had so many things going on in my life. And I'm like, you know what, Lord, once I become a registered nurse, I'm going to write this book. I'm going to dedicate myself, I'm going to dedicate my time, and I'm going to actually sit down, I'm going to think it through, and I'm just going to write it. And so that's what started. And God put it on my heart, and then I just literally like executed it. And I said I'm going to write. Sorry, um, I'm going to write about my life, and I'm just going to put it all in a book. So I started with the series. I started with the book More to Life, which is the number one book. And then go on from there, but I do it in like increments. So the first book is from birth to 8 years old, and I was like, I could do this, and that's really what inspired me to write it. I want to help so many people that went through things that I went through, and when I didn't have anybody. So it's more of like a self-healing type of book.
So, you said the first book is from like birth. So now you have a series with this same title.
Yes, I will be. I'm currently working on book number 2 now. Um, so this is book number 1, which is just More to Life. And then I'm working on More to Life 2, the next chapter currently.
Mm. Now, for you to write something like that, and I'm sure you had to like dig way back down. Now, some of the things I can remember from birth on up, and some things I can't remember. But that means
Right.
you had to open up wounds maybe in that process too. So, how difficult was it for you to write that book if you went through trauma in your life during that period?
It was very hard. I cried. I was very emotionally upset. I had to relive each moment, which was kind of detrimental for me back then. So I had to put myself back in the little girl's shoes. I had to relive stuff and think about it in detail in order to deliver it to the audience. So that was difficult for me because I wanted people to read the story and be like the person standing over my shoulder in the room. So I that was my goal, and it took me through something to get it down on paper. It was definitely an emotional roller coaster, but I was able to do it successfully. And I tried to get every detail that I could and make it audience friendly. The wordings that I used, and I couldn't just go straight to the point. Like I had to build the story up. So it was very hard. For anybody that's been through any type of trauma, like even riding your bike and falling off your bike and your knee starts bleeding, that's trauma for some people, for some kids. Like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to ever fall off my bike again because it's detrimental. So I feel like I had to do it. Like I had to push myself through it and obtain the goal.
Whew. But you know what? Once you open those wounds, then you have to close. You have to take your time closing them back up too, and that's hard
Yeah.
too to come out of
Yeah.
that.
Yes. Yes, it
Whew.
is.
So now, with your book speaking about trauma and abandonment, what
Mhm.
what was the hardest chapter for that story for you to revisit?
Um, the hardest part for me to revisit would have to be putting the audience in the room when we were being molested. Um, that would be the hardest part for me. And also, it's a story and there's a part in there where my mom was informed of the situation and we still ended up going back to the molester's house. That part for me was deeper than the eye could see, than words can tell. So that was hard.
You're not gonna make me cry up here.
That was hard. I can't lie. That was yeah, it's a moment. It was a moment. Yes, it was a moment for sure. But that was, I would say, out the whole book, that would be because the book is only 106 pages. So
Oh,
it's not a long read. And I've had compliments where people are like, your book was so short, I read it on my lunch break, which I wanted it to be that. We in 2025, everybody's so busy right now.
okay.
So it's like, a quick read. I put out a quick read, and that's what it was. But that would have to be the hardest moment for me. Not my mom not believing that we were being molested by her boyfriend.
Wow. Yeah, that is hard. You're right. You're right. So
Yes.
now, in that moment, how did faith shape your ability, to keep going in the midst of all the pain and all the challenges? Because me personally, as I got older, that's when I started learning about faith. Because when you're
Right.
young, your parents, they put you in church. My mom put me in church all my life, pretty much. Yeah, if they had
Yeah.
church, and I had to be there. So
Yes.
growing up, I heard these hymns, and I didn't quite understand them. But then when I started going through
Right.
some things, then that's when I
Yes.
understood what amazing grace meant. I understood all the
Right.
things you were trying to teach me, and faith.
Right.
Because sometimes you have to
Right.
sit back and you have to let things happen sometimes and let God really
Hmm.
handle the situation. So how did
Yes.
faith shape your ability to just keep going in the midst of everything that you went through?
Well, I remember when we were kids, my mom used to pray to us all the time. She taught us prayer, and she taught us about God. And she would say these two prayers every night. And so I learned about faith at a very young age. I learned about God at a very young age. And so with her iterating these prayers every night, we memorized them as kids. So when the faith from that alone, I knew, I don't know how I got it, but I built it up within myself and my character, and I was able to utilize it when I was going through the trials and tribulations. And I'm like, if I can pray to God, then I can talk to God about anything. And I'm not going to get beat up for it, and I'm not going to get talked about for it, and I'm not going to get a whooping.
What's one moment in your journey that became the turning point where you realized that healing was possible even after everything?
The turning point for me was when I was a child. I should have made it as far as I did in life. We actually should have died a long time ago. There's so many people, so many children that lose their life to a lot of things. And once I became a registered nurse, I was like, you know what? This is for me. This is where I'm supposed to be at. I'm just so thankful and grateful that I made it this far. And I'm like, I'm not what people used to say I was. I'm not, my mom was a crackhead. So we were counted out our whole life. So that turning point for me would have been a few years ago. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. Like, I'm at where I'm supposed to be. And that was my turning point.
But you know what? I think people problem is in the world is people hold your past against you.
Yes.
And the more we think that, our past doesn't define who we are, the more
Yeah.
we're going to be better in our lives and not worry
Right.
about what people think of us either. Because it took
Right.
me a while to get to a point where I was like, you know what? I know who I am.
Yes.
And as long as
Yeah.
you know who you are, then guess what? You can take
Right.
flight and do what you need to do in your life.
Right. But it wasn't until like recently I just started putting two and two together. Like,
Okay.
oh, my family felt this way about me, or oh, we've been talking about our whole life, and me rubbing it off my shoulders, just blowing it off. Like, no, this is like really happening. We are in real time, and this is the person that you are. This is the person that you're going to become, and that's just what it is. Either you like it or you don't. So I hit that breaking point like 2 years ago. I was like, you know what? this is who I am. Either you like me or you don't. That's
Okay,
it.
that's it. That's it. You
That's
know,
it.
it's nothing less, nothing more. If you
That's
don't like it, then you can keep it moving.
that's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna get.
That's
That's
it.
all you gonna get.
But you know what? I started thinking about my name. You know, when
Uh-huh.
we pass away, we always talk about
Mhm.
legacy and everything. We pass away, we don't think about that our name has been speaking volumes all our lives.
Right. Right.
When people
That's
call
true.
the roll when you're in class, they're calling what? Your name.
Right. Right.
Anything that you do, your name is attached to you.
Yes.
So
Yes, it
every
is.
day you get up, you should think about that. Hey, what am I doing
Yeah.
with my name today?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
And utilize it
That,
because people used to say, oh, tomorrow's not promised. Shoot, the next minute and the next second is not promised. You could be talking to somebody right now
hello.
and they're gone the next minute.
Hello world. Hmm.
Huh.
I'm telling you. Here 1 minute, gone the next. Ain't that a saying? Here 1 minute, gone the next.
Gone. So you really have to be careful with your time. And I think people, when
Yes.
people start realizing that time is precious and we can't get it back, then the world will be a
Right.
better place.
A whole better
Period.
place. A whole better. I preach that all the time. A whole
Okay.
better place. Like people wake up like they guarantee to wake up in the morning.
You're not. That's God's
Where they
grace and
do
mercy waking you up.
right, right. I'm like, I don't see how I wake up. I'm so thankful. I'm like, thank you, Lord. I'm
God,
breathing another day. I'm breathing another day.
you didn't have to do it, but you did it for me.
But you did it anyway.
Okay. You
I
did
can't make
it.
it up. I can't
Gave
make it
you
up.
another chance to get it right.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And we still fumble people.
Yes.
We
Still
gotta do better.
On God's children, on God's green earth. Yes.
We gotta
Every
do
day.
better. Gotta do better.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when many people are reading your book,
Hmm.
they might be still in that place where they're in that dark moment where they're not where you're at in your life right now. What message
Hmm.
do you want them to hold on to the most from your book?
The most from my book is that you're definitely not alone. Um, you're not alone. You won't ever be alone. It's plenty, a plethora of other people out there that's and it's not even specifically saying we went through the same situation, but we had some type of the same pain. And trouble doesn't last always. Trouble does not last always. So you can always move forward. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, how you don't have your life together. You can always start from today. You can always start now. You can speak about what happened to you as a child. You're no longer in that era where you feel like you're going to be hurt or how what people are going to say to you when this person's going to judge me. You're going to be judged to the day you die. You're going to be talked about to the day you die. Why not live this life happily? Why not live this life in joy and in happy spirit and you got to make this life your best life. And so I would tell anybody that's been through anything, any type of trauma, any type of pain, any type of grief, any type of family incest, or being touched by somebody, or it's numerous of things that people go through:
Yeah.
mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, spiritual abuse, I mean, financial abuse, any type of anything that's triggering for you in your mind. I would definitely tell you to pray about it because God is an open God. He wants to hear everything that you have going on. Pray about it and then find the ways to heal. There's so many techniques out there on healing and releasing and letting go and forgiving. I forgave a lot of people in order for me to be where I'm at today.
You gotta
And
say that
sometimes,
again.
yes, I forgave a lot of people in order for me to be where I'm at right now
Hmm.
in this moment because I
Hmm.
have children. And I don't want anything that happened to me as a child to rub off on them because it's not their fault.
Right.
I want to be my happiest, at my happiest moment, at my joyfulest moment. I want to make sure they have a beautiful life,
Mhm.
much better than the one that I was given. And so in order to do that, you have to figure out ways and steps on how to heal. You can start by writing. If you don't want to talk to nobody, you can start by journaling. That is a release.
Yes.
Talking to God, that's a release. Taking a
Mhm.
walk, breathing in the fresh air, that's a release. So it's different techniques on how to release, and you're never going to forget it. I want to say this again. You're never going to forget, but in some type of way try to forgive. And not forgive for them, but forgive for you.
Mhm. Mhm. You're
And
right.
that's what I believe. That's what I would leave for anybody.
But you know what? It takes a lot of people a long time to get there because
Yes,
we
it does.
people be moving on with their lives and you still over here holding on to this stuff and
Oh
you
yes.
holding yourself back. You not holding them
Oh
back.
yes. Oh yes. Yeah,
So
I
you
was there. I was there and I was like, I can't do this no more. I'm this man out here living his best life, taking trips, and I'm mad, upset, depressed, crying, wondering why he did this to me. And I had to step back like, hold on, wait a minute. Because you stole my joy as a child, but you're not gonna steal it in my adult.
Amen.
So I had to reiterate the whole thing because it didn't make sense to me. And I'm like, Lord, how can I get from here all the way over there to my blessing? I want a happy life.
Okay.
And I just started by forgiving. And it does take a long time. It takes a long time.
Yes, it does.
Because they didn't start all that damage and all that hurt and all that. They don't put all they little demonic spirits on you. Shake them off. Get them off of you.
Get 'em off.
This This ain't their life. This is your life.
Right.
So, and I used to be the same way, mad and upset. I didn't like people. I didn't like talking. I was messed
I
up.
told somebody the other day, I was like,
You
you know
can.
what? There's somebody else out there that's going through something worse than you. You have to, if you
Oh
think about
yes.
it like that, because it's true. There's somebody that's
Oh
dealing with something. I called my mama the other day and I said, Mama, let me tell you something.
yes.
I need you to call God, tell God to tell the
Hmm.
devil to call his people off. Because I'm tired.
Straight up.
She said, What? I said, I'm tired. I deal with this
Straight
situation. I
up.
gotta come over here and deal with this situation. I'm tired. Tell him to call his people off me.
Call them off. Call them off. I'm telling you. 2025 been something different now.
Ooh,
2025. That's all I gotta say. It's been hitting everybody differently.
what? I was so serious. I'm like, I listen,
Mhm.
I stood up for this one, but Lord, I'm falling for this one. So tell him to call him off,
Yes.
please.
Yes, call them off, call them off. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. I'm
In the
telling you.
name of Jesus.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
So if someone asked you, why should I read more to life? What would you
Mhm.
say?
I would say to know that you're not alone in this world.
Mm.
Um, to Because a lot of people don't speak on their trauma, their hurt, their pain. Nobody wants to speak on it. They want to sweep it under the rug. And I told myself, my rug is as high as mountains, and it started falling apart. It's time somebody speak up. So I'm the one that's speaking up for so many people that haven't spoken in 65 years.
Hmm.
So if you want to read something on somebody that you think, or you're like, even because I get reviews from both sides. So I get the reviews from the people that nothing ever happened to, and I'm opening their eyes to see that this stuff really does happen in real lifetime.
Mhm.
And people that haven't spoken about their dad molesting them while their mom was sleeping in the next bedroom in 65 years. And I'm getting thanked from both sides. because nobody talks about it. They're
Nope.
thankful that somebody is actually opening up and letting the world in.
Yeah.
And that's a process.
Yes. Yes,
That
it is.
let's not talk about that. That's a whole hour conversation. That's a process.
Mm-hmm.
But that 65-year-old walked up to me at work and was like, "Oh my God, I've never told anybody this, but this was happening to me. I'm so thankful that somebody is talking about it, that somebody is speaking on it because it was happening to me for years and I've never told nobody." She told me I was the first person she told.
Wow.
That speaks volumes to me.
Wow.
65 years old?
But they come from that time where, what goes on in your house stays in your house.
Right. Well, this
You
ain't.
know,
This ain't. So that's the shocker for this book because it's the secrets that's behind the walls is what I talk about.
mm,
And you'll be like, dang. So she went through that. She went through that. She went through this. She went through that. She went through. Okay. So I'm not alone. I'm not the only one in the world that because you feel alone because don't nobody talk about it.
nobody talk, but they're not. They don't. They didn't even believe in therapy back then.
They take it to the grave.
To the grave.
So I said,
Yeah.
and that's what I put on my book. Like, I'm not taking this to the grave. We're gonna talk about it.
I know that's right.
So
No, that's right.
we're gonna talk about it. So I'm the talker that talks about it. So you won't feel as bad if you opened up about it yourself. So yes, I would recommend my book for anyone.
But somebody came to me not too long ago and said, you know what, we want to know a little bit more about Author Nikki Nicole. We want to know a little bit more about your life. And I said, first thing I said, I ain't telling my business. And then I thought
Right.
about it. I was like, you know what? I might need to. So now
Yes.
I'm in this season where I'm just letting it all hang out. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes.
I started doing
Yes.
episodes about my life, and then next thing I knew, people was reaching out to me, and I was like, wait a minute,
Mhm.
I'm going through the same thing, and I was like, what? I've been through
Yes.
the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, well maybe I need to
It,
talk about my life.
yes. It's and you know what I tell people too? I tell people I didn't go through that for me. I went through that to help someone else.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And when you step back and really think about it, because you came from trials and tribulations and you made it through,
Mm-hmm.
and you made it through and you made it out to tell your story. I want to touch it. I want to touch the whole world. I want to touch the whole universe with my story. Because like I said, both sides is touching both sides right now. And my book just came out months ago. It's touching both sides because, like I said, people are unaware that these situations are going on.
Mm-hmm.
People are aware that these situations are going on and can't talk to nobody.
Can't talk to nobody. Yep.
So I'm meeting you in the middle. I'm meeting you in the middle. And I'm like, look, you can talk about it. You can open up about it. You can get help for it. It's so many avenues out here that you could use, but that's the number one reason why I went through all that stuff I went through. Everything I've been through in my life can help another person.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Even down to the smallest things. Absolutely.
Everything. Everything I've ever when I think about my life now, everything. That's why I got my book coming in increments because I've been abandoned, I've been misused, I've been in abusive relationships, I've been in a marriage that had infidelity. I've been in so many things in my life, and I said, Lord, how can I put all these trials and tribulations out to the world for them to receive it? And that's why I got my book coming out in increments. I was that child that was beaten half to death. I was that child that was molested. I was that child that was bullied in school. I was that young teenager that had a child. I was that woman that was getting beat up by her baby daddy with a broken eye socket. I was that woman that ended up getting married to a man that was sleeping with everybody on the job. I was that woman, and the list can freaking go on.
I'm
So when
telling
I
you.
say I done touched a lot of trees, I done touched a lot of leaves. I done done all that.
Mm-hmm.
I went through depression. I went through suicidal ideation. I went through a lot in my life. And like I said, it's so much beautiful on the other side. How many people can I help here?
Because a lot of people don't, like you said, a lot of people don't make it out, and a lot of people don't know how to
Mhm.
deal with it. A lot of people don't know how to get out of it.
Right. That's
They,
true.
they feel stuck.
Yes.
And
Yes.
reality is they're not stuck. They just don't know where to move from here. They feel like this is where I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be. I deserve this, and they don't.
No, no, no. You deserve to see the light. And what they say is light at the end of the tunnel. And that light is so beautiful. I'm telling you, that light is so beautiful. But we just got to get you there.
That's it.
And if it starts with you reading my book, one book at a time, because I'll probably come out with what, 8 Mortal Life series. I'm gonna go all the way up till my age now. And so this book, the first book ends at 8, the next book will end at like 15. But it goes in increments like that. But it's one step at a time.
That's it.
It's not gonna happen overnight.
That's it. That's it. Man, so now we're down to my least favorite part of the show, the last question.
Okay.
So, so when people say, when they speak your name in rooms from
Mhm,
years to come, what
mhm.
legacy of resilience and hope do you hope or want them to remember about you?
I want them to remember that I was one of a kind. Um, I was born one of a kind, and I was the one that spoke up for millions. I was the one that stepped out on faith and was bold and raw and uncut. And if I want them to remember, if she can do it, I can do it.
Boom. Love it. I love it. So now we're down to the 30 seconds of fame. So I'm going to do the countdown. After the
Okay.
countdown, you're going to be up here by yourself. Don't freak out. You're going to be here by yourself. And this is your moment to, tell everybody how to find your book,
Okay. Okay.
anything that's coming up for you. Get them a little
Yeah.
bit of advice, to keep going. So after the
Okay.
countdown, the spotlight is on you.
Okay.
Right. Hey, if you're still watching this episode, first of all, thank you. That means something I said or my guest said is connecting with you. So while you're here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss another episode. Because there are going to be more real, honest, and healing conversations coming. And I love for you to be a part of it. So if you ever felt like you were alone and nobody gets you, trust me, you're not alone. This space is for you. All right, let's get back into it.
Hello, everyone. I am Tamika Ford, author of More to Life. You can check my book out on my website at www.more, MOORE, 2TO, and then LYFE.net. You can grab my book on there. I have a 30-day positive affirmation journal on there as well. Also, my book is available on all platforms: Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Kobo, Lulu. I mean, you name it. Just type my name into Google under Tamika Ford, Tamika, last name Ford, Ford. And again, the author of More to Life. And you can find me on any platform and that way you can order the book. Um, Anything that anybody want to reach me on, you can email me at more to life more to life at yahoo.com, or you can reach me on my website. At the bottom, scroll all the way to the bottom, you can find a email subscription in there. You can ask me any questions that you want. I have currently coming up a lot of podcast setup, a lot of book signings. I show up to events. You can contact me personally, and we could talk that way as well. But you can contact me on anything. I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads currently. The last piece of advice that I will leave with anybody, I want to start by saying, let's break generational curses. You don't have to take any of your pain to the grave, and you can also turn your pain into purpose. That could be with knitting, writing, painting, journaling. I mean, the list goes on. But at the end of the day, you're still here for a reason. And let's make that reason worthwhile while you're here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you
Did you
for
like
watching. Goodbye. I said she ran her. She ran her.
it? I'm not nervous.
That was funny. But thank you so much for being a guest on my platform. If there's anything that I can do on my end for you to help you further, just let me
Yeah.
know.
Okay, I
We
will.
in it.
Thank you so much. And I plan on coming back with book number 2.
Yes. You got to come back and tell me
2,
about book number
3,
2.
4,
4,
5,
5.
all of them.
Okay, all of them, all of them.
Yes,
We are
I love
locked
it.
in for life, so make sure you
Yes,
stay in contact.
yes, blood
And I gotta
sister.
get your book too. I want an
Yes,
autograph copy. I always said I want autograph copies. I want out because one day
yes.
I'm be like, oh yeah, I know her. Yeah, I
I
got the book
know.
right here.
I know. And every book that's ordered on my website are all autographed right now, and that's just the first book only. So I'm a like charge for the autographs with the second book and third book, but the first book autographed.
Okay, got you,
Yeah,
got
and you can get it on the website too at mortallife.net.
you. Okay, got you,
Yeah.
got you. All right.
Yes.
But thank you to everyone else that's tuning into this amazing episode. Listen, did y'all hear some of them gems she dropped? I know y'all heard some of them gems. Listen, she only confirmed what I always say. You're not alone. You're not. Somebody out there either went through it, going through it currently, or they're trying to figure out how to come out of it. So your story can help the next person. Your voice matters. And like she said, start off by writing it down. If you can't tell nobody, write it down. It's a release, period. So remember, your story matters, your voice matters, you matter. And whatever you're trying to do in this lifetime, you can do it. It just starts with you. So until next time, stay inspired, stay strong, and remember to keep breaking the silence with me. Later.
Better days, slowly but surely it's a better space that'll waste my mind, so I meditate till I levitate, I elevate, but I learn not to hesitate no more, keep moving forward, chase my goals and focus more towards it, hate the lows but I need those to flourish, place my goals in front, that's what's important. So I ask myself what inspires me, breaking out of my shell, feeling yo shot quiet me, and now I'm breaking the silence like I'm Nikki Nicole, let's go. Promise you gon' see better. Hey, gotta keep going till you see them. Promise you gon' see better. Hey, you gotta keep going till you see them.